And breaking into the newsroom, Brownsburg Community Schools just confirmed that it is having its first coronavirus case at the high school. The district hasn't said if it's a student or a staff member, but spaces that person has been in contact with have already been sanitized. This comes as the teachers union says it may hold safety strikes in Indiana if schools aren't safe from the coronavirus. Our teammates Richard Essex is following that story for us today. Hi, Richard.
Well, it's against the law in Indiana for teachers to go on strike, but the teachers union is demanding that all public schools have basic safeguards in place before bringing teachers and students back into the buildings, or they will call for a strike. As teachers and students attempt to get back into school, the virus has found a way to follow in their footsteps. High school football players in New Pal and Warren have tested positive. A student at Avon and Greenfield Central, along with staff members in Elwood, have also tested positive for the virus. Gleneva Dunham, the president of the American Federation of Teachers here in Indiana, says she's willing to call a solidarity strike if schools reopen without adequate safety measures.
So we're wanting the schools to open safely. We see that that's not happening. We want the schools to open where teachers won't get infected, where children won't get infected. We know we don't have the money to provide what we need.
The union points to students that have come back to school this week while infected with the virus. Dunham says that many schools have not prepared classrooms to meet CDC guidelines for social distancing or provided PPEs for all students and staff.
Some schools have promised desks for each individual child, and we know that there are still tables, and we know when children work together collectively at tables, that's hard to social distance.
The union also is not in favor of hybrid schedules that have students and teachers in class a few days a week and virtual classrooms for the remainder of the time.
So that means two separate sets of lesson plans. That means cameras in the classroom, things that have not been negotiated, not have been approved.
They're asking school corporations across the state to meet CDC sanitation guidelines that doesn't require teachers to do the cleaning, and they are asking schools to provide PPEs for the entire school calendar.
If you can continue to provide that, and I don't have to go in my pocket and buy it for myself, and if you can't do that, then we're asking for virtual.
The union says that it represents 4,500 teachers here in the state on 27 different districts, but they do not represent IPS or any of the Marion County schools here in Marion County. They do not at this time have any strikes planned, but if the infection rates continue to climb and school districts do not provide adequate safety measures, that could change. Richard Essex, Wish TV, WishTV.com, and follow us on Facebook.